All right. I'm a fan of these brands, especially Audioflight, which I did a facility tour of them. Love their chassis. Love these guys from Fidelity Imports.
60 hertz, and we're using ESP to correct the room just on the subs below that.
Okay.
There's a Michell Gyro SE spinning up there, beautiful handmade turntable in England. And then we're using an Arender A200 as our streamer, and FLS1 and FLS4 from Audioflight for your preamp and power amps. So,
Yeah, it sounds like you know what you're doing.
by day 3, you figured it out, right?
This is a badass chassis here, these Audioflight pieces.
Yep. I've seen.
Can you see me do it?
I've seen.
Okay.
Your reviews, so it's all good.
In fact, Doug wants to buy the SACD of this.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
The FLS20.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful piece.
Oh, yellow. I haven't heard this ever at a show.
Rarely get Coldplay.
I know, yeah.
You have the S, you have the R.
Correct.
And then you have a book.
So yeah, so we have the S series and the R series. So S series being the flagship line, the R just below, about half the price.
Right.
And then we do the number of drivers is the second thing. So it's a 7, a 5, a 4, depending on how many drivers. And then the last letter in it is T for tower, M for monitor, B for bookshelf. So it's, once you figure it out, it's actually pretty easy. So the more drivers you get in your configuration, the lower the frequency that it can actually angle away from the ceiling and the floors. So we can get down to about 300 hertz and cut that from point of first reflection from the ceiling and the floor with the 7. Whereas if you go to the 5, you can only do that to about 800.
Okay.
So you're losing a little low end, but you're also losing some of that.
Right.
But some of the importance of that is that the floor and ceiling reflectors are the most offensive.
Okay.
So you guys are eliminating that and
Correct.
Right. Now, would you still put acoustic panels up on the ceiling there?
I mean, I would say your first would be to do the walls by bar or behind. Treat that and see where you're at. But we have plenty of customers, and we did it in CDM where we run them on a concrete floor without an issue. So, I think that's secondary, and budget has a lot to do with that.
Yes.
Not everybody can afford to treat the entire room right away when they're buying gear. So,
Yeah, but
it is to take that out.
Yeah, never forget about your ceiling though. A lot of reflections.
Sure.
In fact, in the Bach room, we have in-ear measurements. We were able to, I put like something over my head and measured, blocked out a lot of reflections from the measurement. You could see it in the measurement. So people always forget about that. But yeah, what he's saying, and then you want to make sure your speakers, if they radiate a lot, then you might need more,
My situation was always having to close to the wall. And that was like easy, but they take a lot of air from the room.
Sure.
And then in my situation where the wall is my offender, the wife is the second offender because she doesn't want to get in the middle of the room.
Right. There's always that
There is
constraint.
that factor, right?
Could you get something more decorative if you're going to put it in the middle of the room?
That's a pretty counter. That is a pretty counter.
But it also attracts little kids with pens, pencils, and you don't want to be a bulldog while you're trying to watch your
But this you have to have basically I would put in the second one. And just it'd be exclusive.
Right.
Wait till your twins grow up to be about 4.
Well,
And you try to stop them and staff and things.
they're allowed in the family room, they're not allowed in the basement. That one they can do all they want in the basement. No.
All right, I got to get to a lot of rooms today, but definitely love this stuff. Great stuff, great company, Fidelity. Definitely worth checking out. Good seeing you guys. Take care. Yeah, sorry guys. It just sometimes the rooms it's more about talking and getting some education versus music clips. That's part of the show. And again, all that gear is good. It'll sound even better in a dedicated room.